Welcome to my Views and News. Wednesday's first video, first news story is from Tigray. It is about delivery of aid to Tigray, which was resumed after the signing of the peace agreement last month, but now reportedly some restrictions are being seen on movement of aid convoys from Afar towards Tigray. Secondly, two arrests. Arrests continue in Oromia, in Amhara, in Addis Ababa. A Fano fighter, Fano's public relations officer has been arrested, and a human rights activist and lawyer who spoke about Oromia flag hoisting issue in Addis Ababa has been arrested. And thirdly, UN Inquiry Commission of Ethiopia, which started work in Ethiopia, which tried to start its work, its investigations in Ethiopia, is now again facing opposition from Ethiopian government. Ethiopian government is opposing approval of budget for this commission second time. It happened a few months ago too. Once again, Ethiopian government is opposing the allocation of budget for this commission. What did Antony Blinken say in meetings with PM Abiy a few days ago? They discussed this commission as well. Before these news stories, I want to speak a little about a news story which I did a few hours ago in the previous video. In the previous video, I shared with you my views about ENDF's entry in Mekelle. I said that the two sides, Ethiopian federal government and TPLF, they held talks in Shire the start of this month, and they agreed that by the 18th of December, Ethiopian army would enter Mekelle peacefully. That is what we learned after reading some documents, some notes from Shire meetings, some sources shared the material with us. The understanding, the agreement was not made public by the two parties. Deadline has passed, and after that we saw two statements, one from Ethiopian federal government, and then Tigray official responded as well. A few hours ago, I did a video on that. I tweeted on this topic. Professor Kendeya, Tigray External Affairs Bureau in charge, responded to my tweet. He said there had been no such agreement. Information was incorrect. So this is Professor Kendeya's position, which I'm sharing with you, that no agreement was reached regarding the deadline for the entry of Ethiopian army into Mekelle. But what we learned is that the two parties agreed and a deadline was set. That was 18th of December. Now, some news stories for you. First one is about delivery of aid to Tigray, which resumed after the signing of the peace agreement at the start of last month. Though around 70,000 metric tons of food aid has entered Tigray after the agreement, still needs are much more than deliveries. And now when implementation of peace deal is not going according to the plan, there are fears and concerns that delivery of aid to Tigray could be further slowed. And we are learning from some people on the ground that restrictions are being imposed on aid convoys which move to Tigray from afar. Like we saw last year, that these convoys faced extensive checkings and they were discouraged from delivery of aid to Tigray. Some developments indicate that Delivery of aid to Tigray from afar is being slowed. Some sources go to the extent of claiming that Afar-Tigray road is closed, but we could not confirm that. What we have been able to confirm is that delivery of aid to Tigray from afar is being put under some restrictions. Reason is very simple, that peace deal is not being implemented. Main clauses are still unresolved, not implemented, like disarmament of Tigray forces, like withdrawal of Eritrean military, withdrawal of Amhara forces, not happened so far. That is why maybe Ethiopian federal government is again sending a message to Tigray that aid could be suspended or could be slowed down. Afar-Tigray is not the only route, Afar-Mekelle route is not the only route available for aid convoys to enter Tigray. Of course, they can move from Dassi towards Alamata, they can move from Gondar to Shire too. But Mekelle can only be reached from afar or by air. Mekelle cannot be reached from Dassi, because I don't think that any convoys have reached Mekelle from Dassi through Alamata Koram. And same is the case with the other route, Gondar Shire route. Yes, the route was used for some deliveries to people in Salamati, but again, this route cannot be used for delivery of aid to the people of Mekelle. So, Afar-Mekelle route is still crucial, because Mekelle is the place where there are warehouses of aid organizations, from where they control all aid deliveries, aid distribution in Tigray. By air, aid delivery resumed last month, but still by air delivery of aid is always limited. Main deliveries can only be sent by road. But issues are now surfacing as the implementation of other clauses of peace deal is being delayed. Secondly, viewers, 2 arrests in Ethiopia. We know that government critics, human rights activists, journalists are being arrested. Government accuses them of fueling conflicts, of spreading hate, of working against Ethiopian national security. The activists, journalists, they say that they have right to criticize the government, to criticize the policies of the government. But this process is ongoing. In Amhara, Oromia, Addis Ababa, Tigrayans as well, arrested, arrests continuing since last year. Firstly, lawyer Wondimu Ibsa has been arrested. His family has confirmed. Lawyer, human rights activist. He spoke a few days ago about the issue of hoisting of Oromo region's flag in Addis Ababa, and about playing of Oromia region's anthem in Addis Ababa schools. His family has confirmed his arrest. Secondly, Tilahun Abaje. He is Fano's public relations officer. This is the second time that Tilahun has been arrested. He was arrested in Bichena city and taken to Bahirdar. Fano still under crackdown, but one clarification, not all Fano factions. East Amhara Fano, led by Mere Vedajo, is still operating. It took part in August fighting in North Vollo. But Gajjam-based Fano factions are being dismantled, and Gondar-based too, largely. Lastly, viewers, Ethiopian federal government is again opposing allocation of budget for UN Inquiry Commission, which was formed last year to investigate human rights abuses, violations of humanitarian human rights and refugee laws in Ethiopia committed since November 2020, when war broke out in Northern Ethiopia, Tigray, welcomed that commission, but Ethiopian federal government opposed the formation of the commission. Then Ethiopian government opposed allocation of budget for this commission a few months ago. The commission, a three-member commission led by a Kenyan lady, Betty Murungi, visited Ethiopia few months ago. The commission was not allowed to visit Tigray. The commission returned. It submitted its report to a UN body. The report accused Ethiopian government of using hunger as a weapon of war, of using siege, and government was held responsible for killings in Tigray region. Ethiopian government rejected the report. It opposed the renewal of the mandate of the commission. The commission's mandate has been renewed. Its budget is going to be reallocated, and Ethiopian government is lobbying to stop the allocation of budget for this commission. Human Rights Watch, other human rights organizations are saying that Ethiopian government is trying to stop allocation of budget for this commission. A few days ago, when PM Abiy was in the US, there and Tim Blinken and PM Abiy held meetings, Joe Biden as well. State Department issued a statement. State Department said that State Department urged Ethiopian government to give access to UN Inquiry Commission to Ethiopia. But Ethiopian government is opposing allocation of budget. It means that government will not cooperate with this commission. Ethiopian government's position is that last year UN Human Rights Commission and Ethiopian Rights Commission conducted a joint inquiry into human rights abuses committed during Ethiopian conflict, and that investigation should be the basis of any other future investigations. The report by those two commissions the inquiry conducted by them was rejected by Tigray regional government. I don't see accountability for war crimes, for human rights abuses which were committed during Tigray conflict. In Tigray, Amhara, Afar regions, this blame game will continue. No report will be accepted by both parties. That is what we've been saying since last year. Let's see, can allocation of budget be approved for this UN Inquiry Commission as Ethiopia is opposing? That remains to be seen. Thank you for watching.